And all of a sudden my vision just like was tunneling in. I couldn't like hear things. Like I felt like I was in a tunnel with both my sight and my hearing. Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk about my first trimester of pregnancy and what I learned and what I experienced, because I had a really rough first trimester. So there are plenty of things that I learned along the way that I wish that I knew before. So the first thing that I experienced was food aversions. When I was about 6 or 7 weeks pregnant, I went on a work trip and we had eaten a lot of Asian food while I was there. And while I was there and eating it and smelling it, it was totally fine. I wasn't nauseous. I was able to eat it just fine. But then as soon as I got home, the thought of it, the smell of any stir fry or Asian food made me extremely nauseous. And that was hard for Jake because we do eat a lot of stir fry. And I remember him making it one night and it made me so nauseous I had to keep running to the bathroom. And so he had to open all the windows in the house and specifically in the kitchen and where I was to try and air it out. So that was the first thing that really made me sick. And then it turned into me not being able to eat any meat. This one was hard for both Jake and I because we eat a lot of meat with our meals, specifically with dinner. Every night we make some sort of protein, and I wasn't able to eat it without getting really sick. I wasn't able to cook it, smell it, anything. And then every time Jake would make it for himself, he would have to do the same thing and open the windows and air out the house. The second thing that I experienced was the morning sickness. So my morning sickness went into full swing around 8 weeks of pregnancy. And I would say most of the time it was in the morning, but more often than not, it was an all day sickness. I was constantly nauseous, especially when I would get hungry. So I really wanted to avoid going on any sort of medication to help with the nausea and vomiting. And what my doctor told me was that as long as I wasn't vomiting every single day and as long as I was able to hold down some sort of food and water every day, that I would be able to continue on without going on anything. So I know that nutrition is really important for pregnant women, but in the first trimester, what my doctor had told me is that calories are calories. So to just find something that I could eat, that I could hold down and that my stomach could handle, because at that point the baby just needs hydration from me, which I was trying to keep hydrated, and then just calories of some sort to keep both my body and their body going. So the thing that I found that was my staple throughout my entire first trimester basically was goldfish. I snacked on goldfish all day, every day. It never once came back up. For some reason, that was just my thing. So I had tried to find healthier options of something to eat just to make myself feel better too. And so I had tried fruits and vegetables, and most of those were a no-go. It made me even more sick, and meat was still completely out of the picture. So my doctor really had just said, just find something and just eat a lot of it, enough of it to keep going. The third thing that I experienced in my first trimester was lightheadedness. So I would get really lightheaded every time I would stand up too fast, if I hadn't eaten anything in a while, or if it was right away in the morning and I got up from bed too fast where I hadn't eaten anything yet. Apparently this is normal, but I was really freaked out about it because I had never fainted before or felt like I was going to faint before. And I was just really afraid of falling and hurting the baby if I were to faint. So on the day that I was 12 weeks, I had woke up that morning and I just wasn't feeling good right away. I knew it was going to be a bad morning, probably a bad day. So I didn't eat anything, and I honestly didn't drink anything either, which I know is not good, but I did not feel good. All I wanted to do was take a shower. I had allergies, so my head was really congested. So Jake left for work that morning and I went to take a shower. It wasn't a hot shower, but it was warm enough to try and help break some things up. And I was standing in the shower and all of a sudden my vision just like was tunneling in. I couldn't like hear things. Like I felt like I was in a tunnel with both my sight and my hearing. And I had just felt really weird. And like I said, I had never fainted before, but in everybody who's ever experienced fainting who had explained it to me, that's exactly what they had felt like. So I knew what was happening, so I tried to sit down before it happened so that I didn't fall and hurt myself or the baby. And as I was sitting down, I completely blacked out, and my hip hit our little bench that we have in the shower, and I fell out of the shower. I took the shower curtain down, and I couldn't even like get up to turn off the water. I just had to crawl to the toilet, and I just kept throwing up. And like I said, I hadn't eaten anything that day, so it was mostly just bile that I was throwing up, which was giving me really, really bad stomach cramps. I was able to crawl back to the shower, turn off the water, and luckily I had my phone in the bathroom with me that morning. So I was able to reach for my phone, and I called Jake, and he left work immediately. He drove home, and when he got home, I was still on the bathroom floor and just continuously throwing up. His drive is about 20-25 minutes, and I think I had thrown up 3 times on his way home. When he got home, he had me call the doctor, and the doctor said that it is normal and it's okay, as long as I was okay that I didn't hurt myself falling, and I did not fall on my stomach. And when I hit the ground, I woke up immediately, or came back with it immediately. And so they said to just sip Gatorade. Don't drink it too fast, but like every 15 minutes I would just take a small sip, and then once I was able to hold that down, I was able to drink more often and bigger sips. The things that I wish that I knew before going into my first trimester, and things that I'll take with me in future pregnancies, are to not stress so much about the food aversions. I know a lot of pregnant women have food aversions, and I was really worried about not getting enough protein. Next time, I'm just gonna find that staple food, eat it as much as I can to make sure that I'm still getting calories, and also to eat it more often throughout the day so that I don't allow myself to get hungry, because that's when I would get really nauseous. The last thing is just to take it easy throughout the first trimester of pregnancy. Your body's going through a lot, and I know I was really tired, and so there were things just day to day that I had to miss out on because it just didn't make my body feel good, and I just wanted to stay home. And I was lucky enough to be able to work from home, which really helped, but just overall just listening to your body and what it does and does not want to do. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, because I will be making more videos along the way of my pregnancy, including how my second trimester is going. And then also I'm gonna make a video of talking about things that I'm doing right now during my pregnancy to help my body be prepared for labor and postpartum. Thank you!